So we're going to go through now the countries of Europe. Europe is a continent, and on the east we have Asia, and there's a mountain range down in Russia called the Ural Mountains, and those are the edge of Europe. Down the south here we have Africa, and if we sail far enough to the west, of course, we have North America. So I'm going to start this country here, which is the United Kingdom. Now, it's formed of 4 nations, which roughly here we have Scotland, here we have Wales, here we have England, and here we have Northern Ireland. Of course, if that's Northern Ireland, this part must be the rest of the island of Ireland, and we tend to call it the Republic of Ireland. In the indigenous language, you may see it written like that in Gaelic. I think it's pronounced Era. So, on the other side of the channel, that piece of water coming down here is the channel, we have France. We have here Germany. And on this part, now this part here is called Iberia, or the Iberian Peninsula. These 2 countries, so we've got Spain and Portugal. Very recognisable country here, which is shaped like a boot, almost like a boot with a football. Here is the football, the island of Sicily. But these are one country, and they include this island here called Sardinia. This is Corsica, and that's part of France. So here we have Italy. This country in the middle here is Switzerland, and here Austria. Now I'm going to come up here to the northern parts of Europe here. Now we've got these 3 countries are called Scandinavia. So we have here Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. If we add on Finland and Iceland, then we get the Nordic nations. This big country to the east of Germany is Poland. Then here, this one which is fairly recently changed its name from Czech Republic to Czechia, and this is Slovakia. Now, this little country down here has got a very similar name to Slovakia. It's called Slovenia. And this country here is Hungary. To the east here, we've got Romania. And below that, Bulgaria. Put a note of that. Bulgaria. And then these countries here are called the Balkan nations because there's a range of mountains called the Balkans. So if you hear the Balkans, it means this area of southern Europe. So we have Croatia. I'm not going to be able to fit on exactly, hopefully you can read my writing. Bosnia, Herzegovina, which I'll call BH. Serbia. This is Montenegro, I'll call that MN. North Macedonia. Now, recently it's changed its name to North Macedonia because they had a dispute about the name with the Greeks, who've got a province called Macedonia. So here we've got Albania, I'll put ALB for Albania, and here, as I mentioned before, is Greece. Now this country here is largely in Asia, and there is the end of Europe. So there's a little bit of it in Europe, but most of it is in Asia, and it's called Turkey. Here we have the largest country in the world, Russia. So this sea here is the Baltic Sea. So the nations here are called the Baltic Nations. Okay, not to be confused with a Balkan. Okay, I'll spell Balkan down here. Balkan. And so we have Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. That one's Lithuania there. This little bit here is part of Russia, which formerly was part of Germany, but became Russian after the Second World War. We have Belarus here, Ukraine here, and a country called Moldova. There. We have, up here, let's do a few of the seas. Atlantic, Ocean, North Sea. There's a lot of oil in the North Sea. There was more, but we've brought it up, a lot of it. So here is the Irish Sea. Here we have the Arctic Ocean. We have here the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, we have then the Mediterranean here, or the Med, often referred to as the Med. There are a few small nations that I should mention here. Roughly there is Malta. This island here, the southern part of it is an independent nation called Cyprus. The northern part of it is part of Turkey. So I think I'll do some of the other nations here, which are, there are a few here on the edge of Europe, and then there are some that aren't classified as Europe, but because they're on the map, I think I should add them in. So here we've got Georgia, which is a country. There's also a state of America called Georgia, so don't confuse those two. We have this one is Armenia, I'll call it ARM, and this country here and that are called Azerbaijan. A-Z-E-R, you can look that up, how to spell that one. Here we have Iran, Iraq, Syria, Israel, Jordan. I'm going to put SA, Saudi Arabia. And then we've got, so then Africa goes here. And so we've got 5 nations here, 5 countries along the top of Africa. So we've got Morocco. We have Algeria. We have Tunisia. Libya. And Egypt. So Google blank map of Europe, print it out and learn them. You should know where these are. There's a few more that I want to do which I've almost left out. So here we tend generally call the low countries because they're very flat. They're not hilly at all. And we've got the Netherlands. Now, people often call it Holland, but it's not correct because a part of the Netherlands is Holland, but only a fairly small part of it. Here we have Belgium, and here we have Luxembourg. So print it out and learn it. You should know where all of these are. I think I might add on Kazakhstan, and here Turkmenistan. Copy it down, do it a few times, keep doing it, and you'll remember it. Won't take long. Okay, that's it for today.